The World Tour is go. Soaring temperatures and thousands of fans greeted the riders as they set out from Unley for stage 1 of the 2017 Tour Down Under. The 145 kilometres would take the riders towards the finish line at Lindok, where they'd complete 3 laps of a 26-kilometre circuit. Plenty of eyes were on this man, back-to-back, and current world champion Peter Sagan, riding the event for the first time since 2010. With the KOM jersey up for grabs, many had expected fierce competition to get into the day's early breakaway. However, after just 3 kilometres, Laurens de Vries of Astana went clear solo, in possibly the stealthiest, slowest and least enthusiastic attacks ever seen in pro racing. As the gap grew to 3 minutes, the bunch were controlled by the Orica Scott team of stage favourite Caleb Ewan. De Vries would probably have preferred company ahead, but it did make winning the only KOM on Humbug Scrub a formality for the Belgian, guaranteeing himself a trip to the podium at the end of the day. As he came to the finish line for the first time, De Vries was visibly tiring in the heat. He did hold on to take the first intermediate sprint, but we were soon to get a clear sign as to who is really up for the general classification this year. Nathan Haas was best of the bunch for second, ahead of Simon Gerrans in third. Soon after, De Vries was caught, and at the second and final sprint, Jay McCarthy, one of the main protagonists last year, powered away to be first across the line, getting the better of Gonçalves and defending champion Simon Gerrans in third. With temperatures rising into the 40s at the finish line, organisers made the decision to cut the race distance by 1 lap of 26 kilometres. And coming into the finish, the 3 teams we'd seen prominently at the People's Choice Classic Criterium were dominating proceedings. Orica Scott for Ewan, Sky for Van Poppel and Bora for Bennett. Sagan did a huge turn on the front through the last corner and into the finish straight, and a 3-up drag race ensued. Ewan continuing stellar form, taking the win ahead of Van Poppel and Bennett in third. Celebrations all round then for Orica Scott, Ewan with the stage victory and of course the leader's jersey. And here's what he had to say at the finish.
Well, Caleb, a very hot day in the saddle, but when you come across the line in first place, it's worth the suffering.
Yeah, it was really stinking hot out there today, and I think everyone felt the heat, and it was probably a good idea for the race to shorten a little bit because we were just rolling around out there in the sun, and it can't be too good for you. So yeah, I'm super happy to get that win. It was a really close one in the end.
Confirmation of the stage results then, Marco Kump getting UAE Abu Dhabi off to a good start in 4th place, whilst newly crowned National Australian champion Miles Scottson managed the top 10 too. The GC top 3 is the same as the stage, but Haas, McCarthy and Gerrans are notable in 4th, 5th and 6th respectively. Join us again tomorrow for stage 2, already a day for the big GC battle, with the finish line up Paracoom Hill. For more great cycling content, please subscribe to GCN by clicking on the globe. Meanwhile, for how to deal with riding in the heat, click here. Or for our 2013 Tour Down Under diaries with Jens Vogt, click here.